Good morning and welcome to Rosslyn Hill Chapel, a spiritual home for open minds. My name is Reverend Kate Dean and I'm proud to serve as the minister for this beautiful and sacred place. Each week we tend to say, whoever you are and wherever you are on life's journey, there is a place for you here in our spiritual community. And this is really true. Whoever you are. So in words borrowed from Reverend Andy Phillips, whatever your race, gender, sexuality or class, age, physical or mental capacity, in the spirit of love, I say, you are all most welcome. Our Bright Lights program is our children's chapel and creche for children ages 2 and above, but since this is an all ages service today, there will be no separate children's program and the children will take part in all of our activities during the service. Bright Lights does return, however, next week. If you're watching at home, please do join us in the virtual side aisle, which starts at midday, just after the service finishes. And you'll find the link in our email update that we sent out earlier this week for that Zoom social. And for those of you in the chapel, please join us in the real side aisle for refreshments after the service. This afternoon at 2 o'clock, we have a rituals workshop, a contemplative workshop to help you discover and create personal rituals to help reconnect with your spirituality. And we're going to try an online option for this as well and make it a hybrid event. So if you can't join us in person, then you can use the same Zoom link as we're using for the virtual side aisle, which was sent out in the email earlier this week. And please do join us by about 10 to 2, so 1:50 if you're joining us online for this workshop this afternoon. If you'd like to come in person, you'd be very welcome. As I say, we'll start at 2 p.m. and the workshop lasts for 2 hours. At 6 p.m. this evening, we'll have our mindfulness meditation, and at 7, our Sunday evening gathering is a sound bath with sound therapist Azura Noni, so please do register for that online via our website, and don't forget to bring your yoga mat with you. You'll find information about these and all of our activities on our website. If you prefer a paper copy, our December-January Open Mind newsletter is still available on the steward's table at the back of the chapel, and our February activities will be online and our newsletter available next Sunday. We now make take our cash collection during the offertory music, but if you prefer to donate by card, our steward will be passing along the rows with a card reader at the end of the service. So during the postlude music, you can simply tap to donate £5, or tap more than once if you want. We'd love that too. So our collections this month will be divided between the upkeep of this beautiful chapel and our cause for January, which is the National Energy Action. And so, yes, please do give generously for this very good cause. We're going to light our chalice today, the symbol of our liberal faith, with words that the children use in their Bright Lights activities. So I'll say the words and do some actions, and I hope you'll join in with me. I'm sure the children will be able to help out with this. So we say that we are the chapel of the open minds, the loving hearts, and the helping hands. So do you want to say that with me? We are the chapel of the open minds, the loving hearts, and the helping hands. Thank you. We come together as a spiritual community and we like to get to know one another. So now I invite you to turn to someone near you, to say your name and to welcome them to chapel. And you'll hear some music that will signal the end of our chatting. But do turn and welcome your neighbour today. So now is time to sing our first song. This is Peace Like a River, and we've got some actions for this one as well. The words are in your service sheet. So we're going to have peace like a river, and then love like the ocean, and then joy like a fountain. So joy like a fountain. So, John will play the tune, so just to remind us of the tune, and then please stand up and sing with me, Peace Like a River. And this time our children will stay in, so there's no need to sing them out to their activities. But we do have a time for all ages and a special story from Roger. So come forward, Roger. And any children and young people, you can come forward too while I put a microphone on Roger.
Hello. Yes. Okay. Fine. Today is the first day of the Chinese year, and we're changing from the year of the tiger to the year of the rabbit. So I'm going to introduce you to a naughty Chinese character. So this is the Monkey King. His Chinese name is Sun Wukong. Do you think he's scary? No. Some people think he's scary. So I'm going to tell you the story of how he started on his journey to the West. A long, long time ago, the Emperor of China sent a monk away to the West. Yeah.
What's a monk?
A monk. A monk is a man who gives all his life to religion, spends all his life praying. We have them in our country, and the Buddhists have them in China. So the emperor sent a monk whose name was Sanzang away to the West because the Buddhists in China didn't know much about their religion. And so they sent him to India, where the Buddha lived, even further, longer ago, to find the scriptures. And the emperor gave him a wonderful horse, white one, and it could understand what humans say. And the monks gave him a special hat and a special cloak to show that he was going on a religious journey. When he started, the journey was quite easy. If he came to a Buddhist monastery, the monks would all look at his robes, take him in, give him vegetarian food, because Buddhist monks only eat vegetables, and Buddhist nuns, there are women monks as well. So his beginning journey was all right. When he came to a farm, the farmers and their families also gave him food because it was good luck and meant they would have good harvests in the future. So he went on and on until there were no more temples and there were no more farms. And he still went on. He slept on the grass, and he drank water from the streams, and he got very, very hungry. And then, as he was following his road to the west, blocking the road was a huge mountain. What was he to do? He couldn't see the way. And he was very hungry. And then he heard a voice. The voice was calling, "Help me! Help me!" So he walked, and right at the bottom of the mountain, there was a monkey buried underneath all the mountain with only his head showing up out. And the monkey was saying, "Help me, help me." Now, all Buddhists are supposed to taught to help people who need help. So, poor Sanzang, what was he to do? He had no food himself, couldn't find his way, and here was this monkey asking him for help. So, he knelt down and he prayed to the Buddha, "Please help this poor monkey and help me." At first, nothing happened. And then he saw something amazing. All the clouds were floating past, going from the west to the east. But suddenly there was one little cloud, and it didn't do that. It came straight towards him. What was this? And he waited, and the cloud settled down beside him, and from it stepped a beautiful lady wearing white clothes. Now, Sanzang was a Buddhist, so he knew who she was. She's the Bodhisattva Guan Yin. And of all the great Buddhas, she's the kindest one, kind to everybody. So he thought, I've got some help. And she stepped down from the cloud, and she went a little way away. Said, "Come with me." So she said, "I will help you. You need help on your journey. And I will also help the monkey, and he can help you." She said, "He must become your Buddhist disciple. He must learn the religion from you, and you must teach him about Buddhism. But I should give you a warning. This monkey is very, very naughty. Long, long ago, he went down to the bottom of the sea and stole a magic stick from the king of all the fishes. And then he climbed all the way up to heaven, to the heavenly emperor's palace, went into the empress's secret garden and stole the magic peaches. When the emperor sent the soldiers, he just bashed them with his stick, and they couldn't do anything to stop him. And, Margaret, he went to the laboratory where the Lord Laozi makes his medicines to make people better, and he smashed it all up. So he was very naughty. So Guan Yin, the Bodhisattva, said to him, "I will teach you some magic words. The first magic words will set the monkey free so he can come out from under the mountain. But then, when he's free, I shall put a metal band on his head, and he won't be able to take it off. And if he's naughty, you must say some more magic words, and it will give him a terrible headache. awful headache. And because he'll ask you to stop, I'll teach you third lot of magic words that will stop the pain. Now, have you learned all the words? Yes, said Sanzang the monk. So the Bodhisattva climbed back on her cloud and flew away to her temple. Sanzang went to where the monkey was under the mountain and said the first magic words. The mountain shook and the monkey came out. Hooray, I'm free, I'm free, hooray! And Sanzang said to the monkey, you are free in order to be my disciple, my follower. And I'll teach you about the Buddhist religion, and you must help me on my journey. And the monkey said, I'm free, I'm the king of all the monkeys, and I want to go and meet all my brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and tell them that I'm back, and then I'll have a party, and then I'll come back and help you on your way. Now, Sanzang the monk was very hungry, hadn't eaten for days. And he knew if the monkey went away and had a party, he wouldn't come back for a long time. So he said the second set of magic words. And the monkey fell on the ground and screamed, "Wah! My head hurts, it really hurts. Please stop this, stop this." So Sanzang said the third set of magic words, and the Monkey King knelt down in front of the monk and said, "I will be your disciple, I will learn the Buddhist religion, and I will help you on your journey to India." So the next day, the monkey found some food in the begging bowl that all Buddhist monks have. So they had some vegetable food. The horse joined them, and the monk, who was feeling very weak, climbed on the horse. The monkey carried the luggage, and he found a way over the mountain, and they started on their journey to India. They had many other adventures on the way, but I'm going to tell you about those another time. There you are, you can have a look. They can take those with them. There you go.
So you can go and sit back down now.
Yep. And I must give you your...
Thank you so much for that story of adventure, Roger. And the gentle music brings us into a time of gentle stillness. So if you'd like, you could close your eyes or just kind of try and drift away a little bit. We come together as this spiritual community, and inside we might feel happy, but sometimes we feel sad too. So if you're thinking about someone this morning, maybe because you're worried about them, or because you want them to know that you love them, please say their name out loud now so we can all think about them in our prayers this morning. Spirit of life and love, God of our hearts, we give thanks for those who bring us joy, and we pray for the safekeeping of all those whom we hold in concern. For all those names that we've said out loud and names that we hold in our hearts, may they be surrounded by the loving kindness that we offer them today. Blessed be, and amen. And now, since we are thinking about finding our centre, finding what's most important to us, one of the things we can do is to find ways to get calm. And so I'm going to invite our member, Rebecca Edwards, to read her poem, Getting Calm.
When I'm upset or need to be calm, I read a book or ride a bike, something calming or something I like. Or I talk about my feelings, but sometimes I want to keep things in. I know I'm not the only one who finds it tricky explaining within. Meditation is good, but sitting still is also hard for me. These things are different for everyone. It may be easier for you than it is for me. You could talk to a family member, or play a fun game, or make up your own ones. No one is the same. So try some of these things. Some may help you, some not, and find out which one works for you, and try it if you're in a knot.
Thanks so much, Rebecca. We will have a poetry writing exercise for all of you a little later in the service. Now we're going to take our collection. This is the cash collection, and as I said at the beginning of the service, we divide this between the upkeep of the chapel and this month's good cause, the National Energy Network. So we now take our collection. Thank you. Thank you for your contributions and the many ways that you contribute to our spiritual community by your time, your talent, and your treasure. And now I invite another member, Alex Edwards, to come forward with a mindfulness exercise for us.
Nearly every night with my parents, we do what we call thank yous. It helps us to feel calm and positive before we go to sleep. This is what you do. You think of one thing you're thankful for, one thing you're sorry for, and one thing that you hope for. If you want to try it, turn to the person next to you and share your thank yous with them and see how it makes you feel afterwards. And if you like it, you could do it at the end of the day, either out loud or in your head. You have 3 minutes. Listen to the music, which is the signal to stop talking.
Thanks, Alex. So you've got 3 minutes to think about the things that you're thankful for and to tell someone near you. Thank you, everyone. We now have our music for reflection, and you're invited to come forward and light a candle for a joy or a concern if you'd like. So we've got some joyful singing along to the music at the back there. We also have some wonderful activities for you now. So you can choose one of three because we've got about 15 minutes. You may not be able to get through all three of them. So the first one is some mindful doodling or colouring in. Roger has given us some copies of pictures of the Monkey King that you can colour in, or you can look at, there's some patterns there you might want to use to do some doodling. So that's on that first table over near the main entrance. Then at the back of the chapel, there are some different images to inspire you to write a little poetry. Maybe not as good as Rebecca's, but you can have a go. So that's on the second table. And then the final table is going to be a discussion. And this was prompted by one of our other young members, Irini, who's not able to be with us today. But we were talking about technology and how to make sure that it doesn't take over our lives and how to use it responsibly. So we've got 3 questions for you about using our devices and how to perhaps use them a little less. And Irini's father, Bob, is going to be leading that discussion over on the far table over there. There's a whiteboard which you can use to write up a few notes if you'd like. So we have 15 minutes for this. Please do go and choose whichever activity you'd like. And again, we'll have a bit of music to let you know that that time is over. Thank you for being so obedient and returning to your seats. I could see that that could go on for the rest of the afternoon if I let it, so I'm glad you are enjoying yourself. Let's sing, though, now our final song. It's I Can See Clearly Now, and again, the words are in your service sheet. John will play the tune just to remind you, and then we'll all come in singing I Can See Clearly Now. Which are the closing words from our Bright Lights children's activities as well. So please repeat after me. As we leave this friendly place, as we leave this friendly place, love gives light to every face. Love gives light to every face. May the lessons that we learn, may the lessons that we learn warm our hearts till we return. Warm our hearts till we return. Blessed be. Please be seated. Extra points for those who guess where that music came from. You can speak to John about that afterwards. Thank you so much for the beautiful music, John. Thanks to Ava for the technology, and to all of our volunteers for making these Sundays so special. Please do join us for refreshments in the side aisle. Unless you need to tap for your donation, George will be coming around shortly. Thank you, everyone.